Today we are challenging ourselves to destroy Pierre, inspired by the lovely people on the Fuck Pierre Reddit thread. In order to accomplish all of this, we need a good roleplay character. Meet Peter, Pierre's brother. Pierre left his family as a teenager and stole all of their savings, forcing Peter to work for Joja and stay home to take care of their sick father. Pierre also stole Caroline away from Peter, making him want his revenge. The goals of this challenge is to have a money-making setup to become richer than God and therefore Pierre. Never give Pierre any money. Complete the community centre. Convince Caroline to leave Pierre. Ruin Pierre's life without affecting his family. They are innocent after all. And to make his farm as beautiful as possible. And that's because I don't do it enough in my runs. For anyone that doesn't know why we hate Pierre, he takes credit for your work, overcharges for products, is neglectful of his family, shouts at his daughter, gets angry easily, hides things away from his family that seem a little bit nefarious. His focus on money has driven him to be successful, but at the cost of his relationships. There is more, but you should make your own decisions and opinions. Okay, let's begin. Peter starts working on his farm as all good farmers do, planting the seeds, chopping trees, making a chest or two. He talks to everyone in town but feels nervous before talking to Caroline and Pierre. What if they recognize me? He thought. After tending to his farm, he grabs a quest to help the townsfolk. What an altruist he is. Soon he gets gifted a rod from Willie. What goes around comes around, after all. He catches and sells enough fish to get to level 3. And he goes to sleep and does some catfishing the next day, and lake fishing the day after that. He is already pretty rich. He bravely goes to introduce himself to Pierre, but he doesn't recognize Peter. Thank God, Peter thought, walking away from Pierre. However, Pierre keeps his eye on Peter. After the mine entrance has opened up by Joja, he walks into town to meet with Lewis and reads a strange message in the community centre. He goes to the mines, taking with him the spicy eel he found at the travelling car, and he reaches floor 20 in record time and has enough time to drop a bunch of stuff off at the museum. Another rainy day. Peter loved the rain, as he would often be cooped up for days when he was a kid. Also, it means catfishing for a lot of money, using a bait maker to catch a ton of them, and the wizard sends him a letter requesting a visit, so Peter takes some tea and wakes up hours later outside. He remembers to make scarecrows and upgrades his pickaxe, getting cauliflower seeds and plants a bunch of other seeds. At around 8 o'clock, Peter has been going into Pierre's to steal from him. Fuck you, bro, he thought, while stealing some tree saplings. That would have been really awkward to carry out if it was in real life. Peter has been gifting Caroline with daffodils and talking to her every day to increase their relationship as fast as possible in the early game. Peter has been hard at work collecting items from the beach and the forage around to finish the first 2 bundles within the first week, opening up the boiler room. Every day Peter takes care of his crops, mines 5 more floors down, and steals from Pierre before fishing in the lake. But on rainy days it's all day catfishing and talking to Caroline. He wants to catch the legend, so he spends a long time fishing and gets to level 9, eating a trout soup to catch the legend on day 12. But the legend didn't show up. But he'll get him later. During the egg festival, he collects 8 eggs and waits around. What's he doing? He wants his niece to win. Oh, that's so sweet. Plus it makes Caroline and Abby happier. What a nice guy. Peter collects enough seaweed to build a fish pond, and on the next rainy day catches the legend and a bunch of catfish. Many of you are probably wondering why Peter doesn't go the Joja route, as it does ruin Pierre's business. But you see, it also puts a strain on Caroline and Abby's life, making Peter a bad person if he chose this. So instead he has an even more devilish plan. In order to achieve this, we need to complete the community centre. Peter finally gets to enjoy tea with Caroline, and it seems she recognises him. Finally. Peter clears a lot of trees from his farm to make space for decorations and even more seeds in the summer. On the 26th, the farm is looking amazing. Lots of fruit trees, sprinklers, level 5 farming. Not quite 6, but oh well. The mines are almost finished as well. In summer, Peter goes to Joja to buy the seeds he will need, but they don't sell blueberry seeds. He plants a bunch of summer spangles, especially for Caroline, and goes to the desert for starfruit seeds. This will be the first step into becoming richer than God. Sturgeons and super cucumbers are available to catch and both sell for a decent amount of money. He catches them, keeping one sturgeon for a fish pond in the future, then goes to the ocean for 6 PM to catch super cucumbers and smokes them up for a nice profit. When it rains, Peter can catch the rest of the summer fish for the Junimos and uses his money to get the deluxe coop. Caroline's flowers are ready, and Peter makes sure to gift a gold star spangle to Caroline twice a week. He also kept a gold star cauliflower for the luau, increasing friendship with everyone in town by a big chunk. On the 14th, the first batch of starfruits are ready, and he buys 100 more and finally steals some blueberries from Pierre. With some quality fertilizer, he plants them the very same day. You may have noticed the remix to bundle options. Peter does spend some time to plan out his decorations on the farm. He may have guests soon. Placing some pathways and trees around. There's an oak tree farm for oak resin, for kegs, and one of each fruit tree. On the green rain day, the oak trees magically grow, allowing to tap them. As he has a lot of loved gifts for the townsfolk, now is the time to do gifting runs every Sunday and Monday. With all of this work, Peter decides to treat himself to a bigger home before going back to fishing up for sturgeons and super cucumbers. After reading Jewels of the Sea, Peter has been hoarding the roe collected for the fish bundle, finishing off another Junimo bundle. On the last day of summer, Peter collects his last gold star blueberry. Phew, he thought, I didn't want to do a year 2. He collects his starfruit and replants the tiles with summer forage seeds, keeping the tiles watered, ready for fall. He builds a shed and makes even more kegs. Soon, Pierre. Very soon, he thought maliciously. In fall, Peter plants all of the seeds in storage and puts down a sweet gemberry. He wants to fill the extra spaces, so he uses mushrooms he collected from the cave to make more fall seeds. Pumpkins are growing from mixed seeds, and he puts down deluxe fertilizer on those specific tiles. They have 3 little seeds. Peter upgrades his house again and the shed. Soon he will be very rich indeed. Now is the time for skull cavern dives, finding enough iridium for the band and another crystallarium. He even found a prismatic shard. Now that the dust sprite eradication goal is completed, more rare items are dropped from enemies, making farming a bit easier. He also finds some goo for the wizard. Pierre, I'm gonna kill ya, he thought while slaying all these monsters. Let's take a look at Peter's financials. He has animals making a few thousand every day, a fish pond making about 7 grand every 3 days, sometimes more, and a winery making hundreds of thousands every week. So from now on he relaxes and spends more time on gifting the townsfolk. He steals a jack-o'-lantern from Robin, which, he felt guilty about, but, Robin has made about 100,000 from him, so not too guilty. But he definitely should have asked first. That was a bit rude. During Fall Festival, Pierre honestly thought he was going to win. What a fool! He lost by a landslide, but you do have to admire Caroline for trying to be sportive and consoling. What an amazing woman she is. Shame Pierre was just angry and selfish. The pumpkins are ready, and now the greenhouse is ready to be built by the Junimos, unlocking 108 star fruits every 9 days with deluxe fertilizer, so 324 a month. This is over 1 million in wine. So now that most of the town loves Peter, he should complete the museum, opening 100 geodes to gain access to the sewers and gifting Krobus a golden star horseradish. Decorating has gone amazingly well. This might actually be the most beautiful farm I've ever made, thought Peter, and not Blockbuster Steve. The northwestern section has a little Halloween graveyard and trees surrounding the area. Just to the south there's a little horse racing section, otherwise known as a horse track, not in its final form yet though. In winter, Peter plants some winter forage and powder melons converted from winter roots and exchanged other seeds last Saturday for even more winter seeds. He found the holly and snow yam required, finishing off the bridge. Peter has all of the items he needed to complete the community centre right now, but it's too soon. He will wait until the end of the year. He fishes up the winter fish, but unfortunately he did forget 3 of the summer fish. So for the rest of winter he focuses on the townsfolk and the monster slayer goals. He makes a bunch of treasure troves using Omnigeodes dropped from the ghosts in the, not the mines, in the skull caverns. Enough to get every artifact and mineral apart from 1. The lounge area is finished with a reading room for any future children. The living room has the space for quests too. The western side has become a music room. Sadly, decorating the floor and walls is locked behind giving Pierre money. The farm has a slime hutch now, surrounded by the horse track. The northern section has some houses for friends, and everything has been decorated with mushroom logs and flowers. The centre area is the hardwood tree farm and the greenhouse, and the southern section has the barn, the fish pond and sheds. And this is referred to as the gold mine. The coop has been filled with rabbits for iridium rabbit's feet to make relationships grow slightly faster, and now the farm is finally finished. I think we spent about 1 million on all of the things on the farm, but it does look amazing. There is a new wizard-themed bedroom. In Peter's formative years, he played Dungeons and Dragons on his own, in his bedroom, in the dark. So this was very nostalgic for him. On Christmas, Pierre gives Vincent a 5% off voucher, and Peter got Sebastian a frozen tear. I think Pierre forgot to buy Caroline and Abby a present, thinking that Secret Santa excluded his own family from receiving them. But that's just what I believe. The whole town is at 5, 8 or 10 hearts. There's 3 fish left to catch until Ginger Island. All museum donations have been finished apart from 1, and there's 1 more Slayer goal available until the Ginger Island, which is obviously slimes. Peter has decorated his entire farm and house with a fully upgraded house. He makes about 500,000 every week. And now it's time to complete the community centre. I am your uncle.
Welcome! Punch!
Fatality.
Hello, operator. My husband, Pierre, has just
Welcome! Punch!
a man to death. We have 27 witnesses. Please come quickly before he strikes again. With Pierre gone, Caroline now has ownership of the general store. Caroline and Peter get married quite quickly to make up for lost time. Peter worked tirelessly to make more and more money. Caroline didn't like this aspect of him, but Peter always had flowers and spent time with Caroline and Abby to make up for the lost time. Finally, the first year is over and they can move on from the distresses Pierre had caused. Good night, Caroline. Good night, Peter. Thanks for watching. This one was very fun to make, although it took a very long time. This is like the 4th version of this script, and I was unhappy with how unchallenging it was overall. I do hope to get a proper Stardew Valley movie made with this kind of level of detail and backstory. It's like a D&D with Stardew, which I really loved. If you enjoyed the video, please like and comment, and if you're feeling especially generous, maybe even share it and help me grow my small little channel. Let me know what you would have done differently. Be good to yourselves and to others, and I'll see you in the next one.